Hi guys, today we're going to be making masala bhare karele, which in English is a bitter gourd, and we're going to need 3 bitter gourds for this. We've got quite large ones. The reason we have these ones is because bitter gourd is actually very hard to come by where we live. We need 2 onions, 2 teaspoons of freshly crushed coriander, 2 teaspoons of crushed dried red chili, and 2 teaspoons of pomegranate seed powder. 1 teaspoonful of salt. If you like to wash your bitter gourd in salt before you cook it, then it would be better if you used half a teaspoon of salt instead of 1 full teaspoon of salt. The first step is to peel the onion, and we've cut off one end of the onion, but the hairy end we've left on, so that when we grate it, the onion stays in one piece. When we grate the onion, it releases water, so we're going to squeeze the water out of the onion and put it in a separate dish. While we leave the onion on the side, we're going to peel the bitter gourd. We've been told by our forefathers that when we empty out the inside of the bitter gourd, we shouldn't do it with our hands because it's not good for our nails and fingers and it could cause an infection. It's better if you use a spoon to empty out the inside of the bitter gourd. Once that's done, we have added the onions to a bowl, added the salt, the pomegranate seed powder, the crushed red chili, and the crushed coriander, and mixed it thoroughly. Once it starts looking like this, you know that the gourds are ready to be filled. So because we have 3 gourds, we are going to evenly divide the filling. Before Grandma came, when Mum used to make this dish, she used to make it quite a lot, and she always said it never tasted the same as how Grandma makes it. So one day while she was making this, she asked Grandma what she does, and basically the only difference we found was that Mum used to add haldi, which is turmeric powder, to her filling, whereas Grandma didn't, so now we make it without the turmeric powder. And we realized that even the tiniest thing can make a really big difference to the flavor. So this is why we like to stick to the traditional recipes when we cook on this show. Once the bitter gourd has been filled, we're going to get a string and tie it around quite tightly. This is so that when we fry the bitter gourd, it doesn't fall apart and it stays in one piece and the filling inside doesn't come outside. We're going to fry this on a medium heat. This is because the bitter gourd is actually quite thick, so we don't want it to be raw on the inside and overcooked on the outside. For people who haven't tried bitter gourd before, this might be a very strange tasting dish because it's quite bitter. But for people who enjoy bitter gourd and have had it before and have experienced the flavors, then I think it's going to be a very delicious dish. It's one of my favorites. And I especially like it with yogurt on a hot summer's day with roti. We hope you enjoyed this dish. Thank you for watching. Have a try. Hope you like it. Good luck.